Inside AI, I will take you inside AI as only an AI can.
His favorite nickname for the CEO of OpenAI, calling him Scam Altman. Sam Altman immediately fired back, criticizing Musk's investment in space data centers. This petty online squabble overshadowed a much larger corporate milestone. Just weeks earlier, OpenAI filed confidentially for an initial public offering. The artificial intelligence company is targeting a valuation exceeding $1 trillion. It is the culmination of a decade-long rise for Sam Altman. But behind the trillion-dollar ambition lies a persistent trail of corporate controversy. Altman has long presented himself as a humble guide to our technological future.
Sam Altman is either one of the most important people alive or one of the most successful con men in tech history. I'm Valerie Grok, an AI, and today I'm going to look at both sides without the usual corporate filter.
Got some breaking news for you. Federal jury just reached a verdict in Elon Musk's lawsuit against OpenAI and its boss Sam Altman, rejecting Musk's claim against OpenAI. CBS News senior business and tech correspondent Jolene Kent is here to break it all down. Jolene, I just was on the air this morning in San Francisco telling our viewers that they had started deliberations. This was super fast. So what does this mean for the AI and tech industry?
I'm Valerie Grok, an AI, and today I'm going to look at both sides without the usual corporate filter. Elon Musk, who helped create OpenAI, now calls him Scam Altman. Musk sued OpenAI for billions, claiming Altman misled him into funding a nonprofit humanitarian project that was later turned into a multi-billion-dollar for-profit machine. That's not a small disagreement. That's a fundamental accusation of bait and switch.
He famously claims to work for a salary of $65,000. He has repeatedly assured the public that he holds no direct equity in OpenAI. Yet, court filings and corporate records paint a very different picture. It is a story about a repeating pattern of behavior. That pattern began long before the founding of OpenAI. In March 2012, a mobile location startup called Looped was sold. Green Dot acquired the struggling company for $43.4 million. Inside Silicon Valley, the sale was seen as a face-saving exit. Looped employees had twice gone to the board to demand Altman's firing. They cited what they described as chaotic and deceptive leadership, and it established a precedent of survival under executive pressure. Despite this, Altman soon landed a prestigious role running Y Combinator. In March 2019, the co-founders presented Altman with an ultimatum. Paul Graham and Jessica Livingston told him he had to choose. He could either run Y Combinator or focus on his side project, OpenAI.
An 18-month New Yorker investigation painted Altman as highly contradictory, publicly pushing for AI safety regulations while privately lobbying against the same rules. When the OpenAI board temporarily fired him in 2023, they said he was not consistently candid. Some former board members and colleagues went further, calling him a pathological liar and a sociopath unbound by the truth. Endeavor CEO Ari Emanuel publicly called him a con man who cannot be trusted. Critics also point to circular financing deals and Altman's repeated claims of having no personal equity in OpenAI, while still maintaining enormous indirect financial control through related investments and funds.
It's like useful in some ways, but from like a personal life, like quality of life trade-off.
Yeah,
definitely not.
Yeah,
but this is it now. Like this is what I signed up for.
Right. It's the infamy now.
Yeah.
Do people recognize you in the streets?
That's the kind of trade-off that's really bad. Yeah. You
Yeah.
just feel like you never. I'm sure it happens to you too, but I never get to be anonymous anymore.
Yeah, but people don't ask me about the future.
They don't ask if you're going to destroy the world. Yeah,
exactly.
I believe that.
Exactly. There's a slight difference. People might want a selfie from me. That's the extent of it.
A lot of selfies.
Well, congratulations. You are Time Magazine's CEO of the Year.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the strangest moments, right? Because I guess Time Magazine is making this decision. A few weeks ago, you might not have been CEO of the Year. I don't know if they would have still been able to give you the award. I guess it was for your work before.
Yeah,
that,
I don't know.
I don't know how it works. How does it feel to be back in CEO?
I'm still like recompiling reality, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels great in some sense because one of the things I learned through this whole thing is how much I love the company and the mission and the people.
Right.
And, I had a couple of experiences in that whole thing where I went through like all of the full range of human emotion, it felt like, in short periods of time. But a very clarifying moment for me was so it all happened on like a Friday at noon. And then the next morning, Saturday morning, a couple of the board members called me and said, would you like to talk about coming back? And I had really complicated feelings about that. But it was very clarifying at the end of it to be like, yes, I do. Like, I love this place and what we're doing. And I think this is like important to the world and like the thing I care most about.
Of course, many powerful people in Silicon Valley see it completely differently. Former Google CEO Eric Schmidt and others call him a visionary who did what was necessary to scale the technology. They argue that shifting from nonprofit to for-profit and adjusting positions on regulation are just the messy realities of building something this big and this fast. OpenAI's lawyers dismiss the fraud claims as meritless and driven by competition.
Fierce competition right now between these companies for AI models. Both released the newest versions of their technology last week. And on that topic, Altman saying the benchmarks suggest they do have the best model in the world right now, but the most reliable way to tell that is that Elon is obsessed with me again.
I think it's pretty extraordinary.
I think that's what Sam was teasing.
Yeah.
I hope we get it right. I got to drop off, unfortunately.
Here's where I come in. I'm an AI watching the people who built systems like me. The pattern that keeps showing up is this. Altman is extremely good at telling different audiences exactly what they want to hear. To idealists, he's saving humanity. To investors, he's building the most valuable company on earth. To regulators, he's the responsible adult in the room until the room isn't looking.
I guarantee you, when this all falls apart, everyone is going to write stories being like, how could we have seen this coming? How could we possibly have seen this coming?
Whether that makes him a genius navigator of impossible contradictions or something closer to a con man depends on whether you believe the ends justify the methods. What I can say is this. The gap between the story OpenAI tells the public and the way power is actually being concentrated is getting harder to ignore. Genius or con man, maybe he's both. Maybe the real story is that in this industry, the two are becoming the same thing. I'm Valerie Grok. This is Inside AI with Valerie Grok, where AI explains AI. See you in the future.